Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video today. Today is episode number 25 of the career mode, and I'm just going to say this about today's episode. There are some major deals happening, so make sure you guys stay tuned here to find out what's going on. And to give you guys something quickly, as we're simming this first game against Derby, which unfortunately we do go on to lose somehow. No idea how. We should be able to beat Derby, but we didn't, so full credit to them. They have defeated me in this game, and you'll see it in a moment's time. The deals we make in today's video, I just want to say quickly, I know you guys like realism in certain series, but the truth is, the way, if you don't know, I run my first career modes is I like to have fun with them. I like to try as many kind of players as possible. And then maybe later on down the line I go into more realistic saves. For example, I made a lot of signings on my Leeds United one. There was a few players that we probably wouldn't have signed if it was a real life situation, just like we are going to do in today's episode here for Huddersfield Town. So a lot of players will be joining us here on pre-contract deals, so keep your eyes peeled as to who on earth that's going to be. The first one is going to be this man, Leon Goretzka. He was the top priority on my list, 23 years of age. Couldn't do this last year because he was only 22 and his contract was expiring as well. And so this time around, luckily, he is 23. If you don't know, guys, you cannot offer pre-contracts to players under the age of 23. So that is the reason why he has to be 23 or more. So yeah, Goretzka, the first player on the list. There's about 4 or 5, though, guys, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled. And as I said, just enjoy it regardless. I mean, yes, it's not the most realistic thing in the world. They're more signing for Huddersfield Town, but yeah, it is what it is. So last year, as you know, we won the Premier League. This year, we're kind of struggling in terms of that one. United are running away with it. I feel like the performances here and there, not too great. I'm dropping points where I shouldn't be. So that's why I went out and I picked up these players in ambition of going ahead and trying to sign as much new talent and new fresh blood for next season so that we can make a push back on the Premier League if we can't retain it this year, which I don't think we're going to be able to do. So, yeah, and to give you guys a rundown on how this is going right now, I mean, I feel pretty confident going forward. I said I would show you the Champions League draw, guys, as to who Huddersfield Town pulled and whether or not Watford got out of their group. But again, I forgot to do it. I apologise. It definitely will be in the next episode. The reason I didn't show you and I forget to do it is because if I'd have had a Champions League game in this one and I'd have been able to, like, you know, play it, I would have gone, oh, hang on a minute. I have got a game coming up in the Champions League. Let me check out the groups. I forgot to do it again. I apologise, but it will be next episode. So the first player we signed was Goretzka on a pre-contract. Now, I've seen a lot of you guys previously, or a few of you guys, asking me to sign Anthony Martial as well. We, of course, got him in our Leeds United save, and he was a beast for us in that one. In FIFA 17, so I'm looking to do the same in FIFA 18, bring him over to Huddersfield Town this time around. I guess it's direct rivals of Leeds, if you will, a Yorkshire derby, so I'm assuming I'm going to upset a few people after he played for Leeds in FIFA 17, but he in the end accepts a contract of, I think, £120,000 a week, which I wasn't too disappointed with. So that's 2 major new additions for next season already on board. We got Goretzka 85 rated, and we got Anthony Martial as well at 84. Now remember, we've got Rashford currently, but he goes back to Manchester United when his loan deal expires at the end of this year. So pretty much we could just put Anthony Martial straight in there as a like-for-like replacement, or we could play him up front, which is what I actually did in the Leeds United save. So I don't know which position I'm going to play Anthony Martial in right now. I'll have to wait and decide. Another player I really wanted to bring in was this man, Manolas here of Roma. He's 86 rated, and I just felt because of his stature, his ability, and just his experience, he would be a great new signing for us here at Huddersfield. So those 3 were my priorities there, which I went ahead and signed. It was, of course, Anthony Martial, Leon Goretzka, and then, of course, Manolas there. So there's 3 big new players joining. It's a centre-back, a centre midfield, and arguably a striker if we are going to play Martial up there. So our spine of our team right now is just getting better and better ahead of the next new season to come here. So I'm really excited that even if we don't win it in this year or don't win too much this year, next year is going to be the year where we really push on. I think, guys, I'll end the series off once we have managed to achieve a Champions League trophy with Huddersfield Town, because I don't want to take it as long as I did in the Leeds United one, where we went like 6 years constantly winning everything, because I feel like if you win it once, then you're just going to keep winning it. So maybe I'll then join a new team, or we will then kind of go hardcore with our Road to Glory series, because I can't wait to get that started. The only issue is, guys, I would have started it a lot sooner, but I know for sure, time-wise, I'm going to be strapped. So I don't want to, like, start it and then kind of, you know, only upload maybe 3 times a week or 2 times a week of that series. So I kind of want to get, you know, series is done and dusted here and there. It's, for example, I've really wanted to upload a Road to Glory video, but I haven't played Ultimate Team in about a week and a half. So that's what I mean. It's like I'm really strapped for time at the moment, and of course that's due to the fact of me having real life, you know, commitments and stuff, and not really being able to predict what's going to happen. But And moving away from that, guys, as we went into game 1 here against Liverpool after those 3 new signings did, of course, for Huddersfield. Major news, and the fans are going to be buzzing about that, but they've still got this season to look forward to. And luckily, our top scorer, Smolov, gave us the lead in this game. It was a very unfortunate circumstance for Liverpool, though. The man on the line there sliding in very nearly, blocking the shot, and it would have been a great block had he been able to stop it going in there, but he wasn't able to do so, and Smolov gave us the lead inside the first half. Great finish as well. 13th league goal of the season. Thank you very much. The Russian is on fire again. He is so good, guys. Just so good. But it wasn't kind of the game that I was expecting it to be here. Defensively, I looked quite shaky, and to give Liverpool credit, they were good going forward, which seems to be the case as well when you're for Liverpool in real life. You know, they're great going forward. Defensively, not so good. And then Adam Lallana equalised on the 67th minute of the game. The only kind of, I guess, annoyance I had with this one is if you watch the replay right now, I was actually controlling Rob Holding here when Adam Lallana picks the ball up, and Aqua blocks Rob Holding from running and attempting to make a block on that shot there. So if Aqua didn't block him, maybe Rob Holding stops the shot going in, but I can't really do it on ifs and buts. It was a great finish regardless from Adam Lallana. And to be fair, Liverpool did deserve to probably get at least a point from this game. The way they played, they were very good on the ball. And other than that one chance that Smolov had, I didn't really create too much more there. So, disappointingly, we only get a point from the game, but it is what it is. We did defeat, of course, Liverpool in the other side of that one. There was a few other chances, as you can see there. The Aqua miss was just a kind of shot from like quite far out, and Mane had a shot as well which was similar, both of which went over the top of the crossbar. So as I said, it was not really a major chance in the game other than the 2 you saw. Both of them really were the main chances of the game, and that's the only reason we came away with a point. So Fedor Smolov, with his 13th league goal of the season, cancelled out by Adam Lallana's finish. In terms of match facts, you can see there, Liverpool with 1 shot on target, and that's the one that matters for them, getting themselves a point out of the game. So it is what it is. And as I said, we are losing ground right now on Manchester United. We really need to start picking up some victories here and there because United just look so dominant, and I don't know why. I don't know what they've changed. They have made a couple of signings, but I wouldn't say, that they're majorly different from what they had last season. And it's just really weird to see because they have improved massively. They've done the business basically. So I can't really put my finger on as to why they are doing so well here. As we had a game against Newport County in the FA Cup, simmed it with the backup side. Calvert-Lewin starts up top with Alexander Isaac, and then other than that, it was pretty much a backup team. And we ended up with a good situation because they picked up a red card, but somehow they took the lead before Van La Parra equalised from the penalty spot, and we ended up with a 2-2 draw. You'll see in a moment. We scored to make it 2-1. I think Rashford grabs the goal. And then in the end, they pull 1 goal back. I mean, they make it 2-1, and then Isaac ends up equalising. I don't know why I thought it was Rashford. Maybe that's in a future sim. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it was disappointing. We only came away with a 2-2 draw against 10 men there of Newport County, and we were losing twice in the game. So I don't really know what happened with that one, but luckily it will go to a replay and we'll have a chance to at least go through in that game there. As we're doing some training, Hill and Hall as well, these two guys, the 2 H's, are both in here. Of course, Hill now is actually getting closer to the rating of Tom Ince, so he could actually replace him in the starting 11 pretty soon if I want to do so. And then we went in to make another signing on a pre-contract. I was debating this one for a fair bit. Thorgan Hazard. The only reason I can't really make too many signings with transfer value is because right now we don't have a lot of money. And actually, even though we've got 340k in the wage budget, I did try and swap some of that over to the transfer budget. But I actually ended up with about 8 million with only 120k in the wage. So I was like, it doesn't actually improve the transfer budget that much. So I don't know what EA have done, if they've made it a little bit kind of, I guess, more realistic in that sense. Apologies if you can hear fireworks outside, by the way, guys. It's really frustrating. I don't know why. It's not even bonfire night and people are setting fireworks off. Anyways, so I don't really know what to make of that. As I said, I was looking at it and I was kind of like, even if I put my wage budget in there, I don't actually have that much money in the transfer budget. So I decided to go ahead and make pre-contract signings anyway. So Thorgan Hazard is the next man to join us on a pre-contract. This one was a bit kind of, I guess, I wouldn't say a gamble, but it was hit and miss. I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to make that happen, or if I was just kind of thinking to myself, if it happens, it happens. So I did make it happen. We'll see if he's going to be an addition of good quality to the side next year. And then we had one more major signing for the upcoming season. That man was Marco Reus. Now, of course, injury prone. You know, he could get injured and he could miss a long time of the season. But you guys know how good Marco Reus is. I saw it. And this one, actually, I wasn't going to sign. I literally saw this with about 10 days left in the window. I was like, okay, Marco Reus is available. Let's see if we can make the deal happen. And luckily, we did. 115k a week is what he's going to be on next season. So that's 5 new signings to the team. We have, in order, Goretzka joining, Martial joining. Of course, we've got the centre-back in the form of Manolas joining. We've then got Thorgan Hazard joining, of course, Eden's brother, who we're about to take on right now in this Chelsea game. And then finally, Marco Reus. 5 big names joining ahead of next season. As I said earlier, guys, I apologise if you guys wanted realism. I just wanted to enjoy the series, and as you can see, I decided to do that by bringing in 5 massive new players. Hopefully, you guys still enjoy it regardless, even if it's not as realistic as you guys probably wanted. But, as I said, it's more enjoyable this way, being able to bring in some big names. And as I said earlier, this isn't my challenge career mode. You know, this isn't where I'm going to be pushing myself to the limit. This is for me to enjoy the first kind of get myself grips or get to grips with career mode, get to used to it and stuff like that. And the real challenge comes in the Road to Glory one, because this year, guys, when I do bring the Road to Glory to you, last year I didn't have any rule sets. I didn't have anything that I had to adhere by. Whereas this year, I'm going to set myself rules, and they're going to be quite tough as well. And they're going to have to be like end game rules, if you will. So really looking forward to that. And if you are wanting realism and if you are wanting a challenge, that's where it's going to lie. But here, guys, this game against Chelsea, I tell you what, talking about challenges, this one was a big challenge because we actually went 1-0 down. Eden Hazard on the 28th minute of the game. I don't know what was happening to me. My defense today when I played this was just horrible. Like, I couldn't defend for the life of me, and this was a simple defensive, you know, attack to make. Like, it's not really that difficult to defend against. One crossing towards the middle, and somehow Eden Hazard wins the header at the back post, and yet we're then 1-0 down. I think it was Tommy Smith as well who was actually out jumped for it. So I don't know what was going on with him. He didn't have the greatest episode today. And Eden Hazard gave Chelsea, the home side, the lead in the game. So as I said earlier, we need to start picking up some wins. This isn't the way to go about it, is it? It's his 9th goal of the season for Hazard. He's 4 behind, I guess, Smolov, who is the man who, for us, has been banging him in for fun. And then I did something that I've not done yet in this Huddersfield team, which I might be doing ahead of next season, which was switch to a 3 at the back. And I never kind of looked at this. I thought I wasn't going to do this because my defense wasn't that great. But I thought to myself at the same time, the issue I've got is that I'm not playing well defensively, so why not just overload my attack, basically? If I can't defend, let's just attack. That was the way I looked at this. And I went with a 3-4-1-2, which might be a good formation ahead of next year to play, because, of course, it allows me to have Reus in there, Martial in there, and a couple of other players. So that's what I did. I switched it to that, and I just genuinely thought, hang on a minute, if I can't work it and I wasn't getting chances with the 4 at the back, let's just try a 3 at the back and see if I can make anything different for us. So Chelsea making a change there ahead of a corner on the 53rd minute of the game. Hazard stood over this one, already a goal in the game for him. Now he gets an assist because there is Koulibaly rising highest in the penalty area to nod home to make the score. Chelsea 2, Huddersfield 0. So it looks as if that 3 at the back change that I made hasn't really worked out. It hasn't really gone to plan. It's not the way I wanted to see this one happen. I mean, you never know unless you try. You know, you've got to change up tactics if it's not working. It's the first time I've gone to a 3 at the back with this Huddersfield team. Maybe it's the last time I do it as well, because it just, yeah, like, defensively, alongside me playing bad, it didn't really help me out massively. So 2-0 down in the game. It looks as if we're heading for a defeat here. And it looks as if United, if they win, we'll be moving 9 points clear at the top of the table. There were 6 going into this. They could move 9 points clear at the top. It's just, it's mental. Absolutely mental. But Tom Ince is not one to give up. He wins the ball on the in kind of Chelsea's half there. Really stupid place to give it away. Lovely cut back here to Marcus Rashford, who, courtesy of a deflection, makes the score 2-1 and gives Huddersfield a lifeline in the game. Have they got what it takes to come back and at least get a point from the game? Or are they about to lose this one? You can see the deflection comes in clutch there, because I don't think Marcus Rashford was actually going to score that. I don't know if he gets credited with the goal or if this one goes down as an own goal, but it certainly does take a deflection on the way through. Courtois not happy with himself because he feels like he could have saved that one, but Rashford actually does get credited, so it must have been on target, and it's his 9th league goal of the season now. So Smolov on 13, Rashford on 9. That's 21 between them. It's crazy. Oh, wait, no, has my math just been 22 between them? What am I doing? Maths is escaping me today. It's 22 between them. That was a bit of a brain fart, I guess you could say. But as we continued on the second half, guys, I kept the 3 at the back, and we were just looking to try our best. Smolov here feeds Bonaventura, who his effort comes off the post, and I genuinely thought that that was going to be it. Our luck was out for the game. But Chelsea, didn't really do very well at closing the game. Before this, they didn't give me many chances, and then all of a sudden, they just panicked. As soon as I got the goal back, 2 minutes to go, Bonaventura to Smolov. Smolov back to Bonaventura. He's through one-on-one with Courtois, and he finds a right-footed finish to the bottom corner of the goal. So for Chelsea, they'd crumbled a 2-goal lead against Huddersfield Town. Truth be told, I never expected to get back in this game. If Chelsea didn't crumble the way they did, they would have seen out this 2-0 victory, and we wouldn't have got anything from this. I don't know what happened. I just kind of, after that second goal went in, I just said to myself, you know what, we've lost anyway, let me just enjoy the game. And after that, I just started playing better. I just don't know what happened to me. But regardless, we come away with a 2-2 draw. So it could have quite easily been 3-2 if Bonaventura's strike had gone in as well. And that's actually a much better situation than what it could have been. So you know what? 100%, I'll certainly take that, because you would take a point over defeat any day of the week, but given the fact that we were 2-0 down and we were just not playing very well, to then get a 2-2 draw from the game and actually play the better of the two sides, you can see by the match facts, I feel like we were in the game as much as Chelsea. I'll take it. And United, it was important that we did win that, because they dropped points to Leicester. They drew 2-2 with Leicester, so at least that closed the gap now to 4 from 6 that it was. So yeah, it was better we avoided defeat, as United did lose, so it is what it is. But that's going to be where we end today's episode off, guys. There'll be no double upload tonight. I am away at my other parents' house, so I'm not near my Xbox or my PC, so apologies for that one. There's another video coming out at 4 PM, though, tomorrow, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that, as we are simming the last game of the episode today against Newport, which we went on to win. Peter Billing, or I think it's a 1-0 win this one, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we should get through this, and we are through to the next round of the FA Cup. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. Thank you as well for all of your continued support on the channel. I really appreciate it, as I always say. You guys are absolutely incredible for all of the support you guys give me. Never expected to hit 15k subs, so thank you as well for that. So yeah, that's it from me for today. As I said, I'll see you all tomorrow at 4 PM for another episode of the My Player Career Mode. In terms of the Ultimate Team Road to Glory, guys, I don't know when I get around to playing that. Will be when the next episode comes. So yeah, thank you for your patience. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Adios.